Hi, this is Mandy from Sunflowers and Doors. Welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to start a new project. I'm going to be doing a hardback journal, and I'm going to be making it using my latest kit, which is called Days Gone By. So I'm going to start by just taking you through the kit. And, oh, what's that? There. They shouldn't be there. Put those there. It's better. So I'm going to start taking you through the kit, and then I'm going to literally be putting it together in different stages. So we'll be doing the cover and then the signatures and then embellishing and doing all sorts. So yeah, this is Days Gone By. This is my fourth kit. I feel like I'm starting to get to grips now with things kind of more my style. So the kit is in my Etsy if you are interested, but I'll just take you through it. So this is Days Gone By. It's going to be based on, it's going to be almost like it's going to feel like a photo album, I suppose, that sort of thing. So this is the cover page, and then I've got a plain journaling page, and then I've got just a plain A4 page, which can be used for backing or journal pages. Then we have a collage page. So this one here, lots of neutrals with greens and some pops of colour in there as well. Another collage page, so there's a few there. And another one which is less busy. So hopefully catering to kind of all styles. I think, is that the same one? No, that's a... Right, that was one I'd saved before I did the other one, so I thought I'm not going to waste it, I'm going to use that. Now this collage page here is actually, it's not that one, is it? One of these. Let's have another look. I think, oh yeah, it is. Ignore me. And then again, another less busy collage page. And then we've got some large tanks. We've got some smaller tanks, and again trying to capture all sorts of styles and tastes with these. Then we've got some ticket type tags with a little bit of washi. Yep. Then we have got some pockets, so some nice size pockets, they're not too small, and 4 different designs there. Then we have some side pockets, which are from the collage sheets. Then we have, now with this one here, what I'm recommending is that you print it back to back with one of the plain sheets. Not that one, the one without any centre to it. And then this will actually fold over and give you almost like, it'll almost be like a tag, I suppose. So it'll fold in half, and then these two fold on the inside. So they'll give you 2 pockets, and then it'll be almost like a kind of folio type thing. So yeah, print it back to back with backing page for best results on that one. And we've got a large envelope, and again using the backing patterns on this one. Then we have some, they're called library pocket things. I'm so good with technical words, I know. And again, some different styles there, and you can mix and match those. Then we have my favourite, which is the book page borders. I love page borders. So again, a couple of different styles in those there. We've got index cards, which can be folded up for a pocket, and some tiny little dutty cards down the bottom. So like mini tags. Then we have got some postcards, and with these, again, some different designs, different styles, some busy, some less busy. Just, as I said, trying to kind of cater to everybody's tastes. And then we have some, just some circle embellishments. I don't know why I like circle embellishments, but I do like them, so I've been drawn to those. Then we've got some kind of label type things. Again, with lots and lots of different styles, different shapes. So hopefully finding something there that you like. And then we have a sheet of words or phrases. So things like past, history, family, portrait, books, vintage, period, time. And then some of these phrases, things like as with wine, life gets better with age. The longer I live, the more beautiful life becomes. So yeah, so just some phrases and some words. Now this one here doesn't come with the kit. This is a collage sheet that is specifically for Justine at House of Mahalo. It's part of her Patreon program. She does freebies as part of the Patreon kind of membership. I'm not sure if this is in her Buy Me a Coffee, where you can buy it separately, or whether you have to definitely join the Patreon for that. But I will link all of her information below. So if you are interested, it's actually one of my favourites out of the collage sheets. And if you are interested, then I will link all the information below so that you can have a look. And yeah, pop over and see what you think. So that is the kit. I think there's 22 pages to it. And I've tried to kind of put a bit of everything in. As I said, I'm going to do a kind of like a hardback book. So it's going to be roughly 14 3/4 centimetres by 20 1/4 centimetres. And then the spine, I'm actually, did I count? No, I didn't count that wrong. Yeah, I did, yeah. And then the spine, I'm thinking of 4 or 5 signatures at the moment, but we'll see. Because I don't want there to be lots of duplication, but I will be using some original vintage bits and pieces to kind of put this together. So I am now going to grab some of the things that I will be using when I'm working on this. So if you are going to be crafting along, so you've got a bit of an idea as to what I'll be using and what potentially you could kind of use if you've got it in your stash. So I will be right back with you. Okay, so I have got some bits and pieces. This is one of the it's like a grey hardboard. It's still a little bit flexible. Oh, I'm moving the whole table there. But this is what I'm going to be using for my cover, and I've got another piece to use for the spine. So I will be using that. Then I have got some old piano roll sheets. I have got some vintage music sheets. And then I've got some, these are different types of kind of like faux antique sheets, if you like. So they're obviously just papers that I've bought to look vintage, you know. And then I will be using some coffee dyed paper. So that's my papers. I also have some vintagey old payment slips, so I will be using some of that. And then I've got a load of vintage bits and pieces here. I can't remember. I want to say Coco something on Instagram, but I'll put her details below. I've bought a few times off her, and I absolutely love the stuff that she sells. So this one here is just a call record card. So I don't know what I'm going to be using or what I'm not going to be using. This looks like a order record sheet. Then I've got some old interest table paper. I've got a cardwork card thing. I think this was one of those machine logging in things as well. We've got an old building society check. And these are all vintage, genuine vintage stuff. Some glassine bags. This one, I love this, platonic. Theirs was a platonic love manifested by extreme kindness. I thought that was really cool for like a old photograph type thing. A sister card. I've got a very old picture. St. Catherine in Jersey, St. Catherine's. So it'd be nice to use some old photographs if I can get my hands on some. And then just some little pieces of ephemera. This one here is an old photograph, kind of, holder. So I'll try and use that somewhere. And then this is one of those Viewmaster things. And this is London. I don't know what age this is, but it is pretty old. So again, I thought that might look cool at some point using that, whether it'll be for ephemera or whether it will be, I don't know, I haven't decided. I just wanted to pull a couple of things out. I have got some of these, which I don't know where they came from. I came back from holiday and they were on my desk. So I might use one or two of these. Don't know how, but I might do. So we'll take the P for photograph at the moment. I've got some old card things hanging around. I literally have just pulled a mixture of things that I will try and incorporate. So then I have my stash of goodies over here. I would like to try, let's have a look at the front sheet again. I'd love to try and put a lock on here. That's way too big. But I think a lock would look really, really cool. Because it would look like you've locked all your treasures away. That's my thought process anyway. But I don't seem to have a lock. I do have a little buckle. Well, I do have a lock, but that's way too big for that, I think. Way too big. So I don't know whether I'll be able to incorporate that. I'm going to use some of these. They are different colours, but I think that just kind of adds to the interest. Because it's quite... I was going to go with the pure vintage colour, but this has got like the reddy tones in it. So I'm going to try and stick to that where I can. I've got some different size ones there. So literally I am just raiding my stash at the moment for things that might work. I know that's too big. What did I do with it? I know that's too big, but I'm going to keep it out just to remind myself. So yeah, I think I'm going to try and use this Stamperia. It's like a liner, and it's used it for a couple of projects and I do really like it. It comes out a little bit difficult, but again, I'm going to try and use that. I will be using some vintage lace. I don't know what yet, so I haven't pulled that out, but they are kind of the things I'm going to be starting off with. So we're going to start, I think, by putting together the cover. And then once we've put together the cover, we'll work on the signatures. Once we've done the signatures, then I think, once we've done the signatures, I think we can then start putting the signatures in and doing some embellishing. I think is probably the way to go. So yeah, that is it. Let's get started on the signatures. Nope, the cover. I don't know whether it'll be in this video or whether I'm going to cut it and put it into another video. I'm probably going to put it in this one. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I have got some card. I don't know what thickness it is, to be honest, because I had it in my stack already. Stash. Ooh, even stash. It's slightly thinner than the stuff I've got here, but I think that is okay. That's what I've got, so that's what we're going to go with. So what I am going to do is I am going to just quickly make some markings on here so I know where I am cutting. And I'm going to do the same over here. Okay. And I'm going to grab my cutter. I'll get those upside down, but that's okay. And we're just going to take these down to their cut lines, like that. Now they should be okay. Yeah. So the next thing I'm going to do is work out how thick I want my spine to be. And I've done another journal in the same sort of thing. It was 4 centimetres. So that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with a 4 centimetre spine. This spine is a little bit thicker, but I think it should be okay. I'm going to see if my cutter will go through this one, because it is literally that much thicker. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to risk it. I am going to cut it. Okay, this ruler is something I saw Tracy Fox use, and I genuinely have to say it is the best buy I've made since crafting. So I think I got it from Amazon. If I did, I'll put it in my Amazon wish list. No, I won't. I'll put it in my Amazon product list and go from there. So you'll be able to see it. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I've got a little bit of paint. Oops, here. I'm going to pop it on here. This is raw umber. It's a really nice brown. It comes up quite thick, so be careful. This one is System 3 acrylic. Again, I think I might have bought it on Amazon. Might be wrong. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to paint this card because any bit that is going to be showing, I don't want it to show the colour of card. So I'm going to paint it. And luckily the acrylic paint dries really, really quickly, so it shouldn't be too long. Okay, so I've just realised that I haven't been recording. Unbelievable. What I've done is I had a piece of book cloth here. This is brown book cloth, which is paper backed. I can't believe that, sorry. And what I've done is I've cut it so that it's the length of my spine, or the width of my spine rather, and I've put 2 centimetres either side. So I've cut this piece of book cloth to 8 centimetres wide. It's overhanging top and bottom. There's no particular measurements you need to worry about. I'm okay with it overhanging because of what we're going to be doing with it. So that's fine. No need to worry about the overhang. In fact, you need an overhang top and bottom. What I then did, I don't know if you can see, but I drew a pencil line down the centre of my book cloth. And I did exactly the same and drew a pencil line down the centre of my spine. The reason being is that I can line this up and know that I've got exactly the same amount of overflow on the left and the right. I hope you are with me. What I then did was literally, I've just glued this piece of spine down on top of this book binding cloth, and I have used a white PVA book binding glue. I've slightly dampened my brush before I did it, and I haven't applied a particularly thick layer. I've just applied enough of a layer so that it sticks. I could go on and say I can't believe that I didn't film this bit. I was chatting away to you, having a marvellous time, and I didn't film it, so I'm so sorry. What I'm now doing is I'm taking my ruler and I'm just budging it against the spine, and I'm drawing a line either side. So if you can see now, where the top of the spine is, there's a line either side, top and bottom. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I come to put my book plates, the covers, on, I will know that it's even by having those measures, if you can see that. Okay, now, this, something's still a little bit damp by the feel of it. Yeah, but I think I had some on my cloth. Okay, so what we're going to do now is exactly the same process, but where we put the glue on this, we're now going to put the glue on the material either side. Okay, and that's the other side. Now we're going to do that, and again, we're not going to do a particularly thick layer. In fact, let me grab this, because if I paint over this with glue, it's not going to stick and it doesn't matter. What you do want to do is be careful not to get it on the reverse side of the book binding. So I've done a layer there. I haven't got any, hopefully, there. So I'm going to pop that down. And this then lines up, as I said, against these two lines that I've put in. Now I'm leaving a gap, and you want to leave a gap enough that when you fold this, it's not going to be a problem. Okay, so you have to give your cover room to move. And I would probably say it's about, that's probably about what, 2mm gap? Yeah, roughly about 2mm. So that there, I'm going to let that set on that side, and I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. I'm going to pop some glue along here. And then I'm going to move that bottom bit, because I don't want the glue to go underneath onto the book cloth, the other side of the book cloth. And I'm going to get my other piece here, and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to line that up like that, and I'm going to give myself a couple of mil gap. And that gap just lets me close the spine. Okay, so that should be pretty much there. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to grab my glue again. I can't remember if this is how Tracy did this bit, but I'm going to glue this edge, and I'm going to pop that up here. I'm going to get my bone folder to make sure that it's right up against the edge, and I'm going to pop it over here like that. And I'm also going to just work a little bit in between that crease so that it's not too tight, and it lets the cover open naturally. Okay, then I'm going to do the other side. Now, if you've been out a bit, if any of your top or bottom is a little bit taller than the other, this is going to hide it pretty much, pretty well. So don't over criticize yourself. And I'm just going to pop that in there quickly until I get a chance to wash that up. So again, I'm going to use my bone folder to bring it up against the edge of my book, and then I'm just going to pop it over like that. Now, I've got a little bit of glue here, but that's not going to show when we put our cover on, so no need to worry. And again, I'm just working that in here like so, so that it allows my book should now close quite nicely, and we've got our cover here. Okay, nice and neat-ish. Nice and neat-ish. Okay, that is pretty much the spine side of things. While that dries, I'm just going to go over my do you know, I lose words. Don't ask me how I lose words, but I lose words. I'm going to go over my cover, and I'm just going to go over it with some walnut stain, which is a nice dark brown. So if there's any white bits, you're not going to see those. Now, the way I've done the cover on this, the actual cover with the bookbinding cloth, is this is going to go on the outside on top of it, if you know what I mean. So this, it's going to go on top like this. In the other journal I did, I had it so that this cloth overlapped and went on top of this. I actually liked it more like that. I'll show you. Quick show. Quick show and tell. So there. I actually really liked that look. But I've done that, and so I'm trying it the other way on this journal just to see what it looks like. Okay. So, open there. It's our paper. It's very clever. Oh gosh. That is our spine. We've got to decorate the inside, obviously, and we've got to decorate the outside, but that is our spine. I'm gonna glue this on now, and I'm actually going to use, I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac to glue this, because there's a tiny bit of wiggle room, and it's going on top of a fabric. So I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. I'm not going right to the edge of the paper because I don't want it to spill out. But what I will be doing is just with my finger, I'm going to go along the edge so that I know that the edge has got the glue and it will stick and not rise up, if you know what I mean. Sometimes if there's not anything there, it starts to curl up, doesn't it? So I'm going to apply this. Just remember, this is the back. There, like that. And that should, yeah. If there's any excess, you can always cut it off. But at the moment, that's not a bad fit. Might need a little bit of glue there, or a little bit of ink, just to camouflage that. But there we go. Now I'm not going to be able to put the front piece on because, like a right numpty, I got it slightly wet and the colour is slightly raw. So I'm not going to put that on just yet, which isn't fabulous. What I am going to do though, I'm going to quickly take this end piece off because that is a little bit too long. So I'm going to just gently take that off like that. Being careful not to cut into the book cloth. But still making sure that it comes off. And that's got a real rugged edge on that now. And that's okay because we're going to be putting some lace on that. Wasn't the best cut in the world. I could probably prize some of those out, but I will be using lace. Not this one in particular, but I will be using some lace. So it will cover that quite nicely. Okay. So what I might do on the other piece is when I glue this, I might just do you know what? I actually think I prefer it with the tape on the outside. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to, so before you see me next, I am going to have printed a new piece of this off, glued it down. I'll get another piece of bookbinding cloth. I will pop that on top so that it actually overlaps this and you won't have any of this problem here. So if you're actually following along with me, sorry, but I think that's what I'm going to do, and I'll do that off camera, so I'm going to watch that whole process again. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah, so watch this space. I will be back with you. Okay, so I have done it again. It's now going to be slightly firmer to close because I've got 2 layers of this on. Hopefully you will only have 1 layer, so it won't be quite as firm, but I think it gives it a much nicer look. And what I'm, like I said, what I'm probably going to do is not necessarily this, but have a piece of lace. So something like this here will be going on here. So we'll hide that a little bit there, and that will look, I think, quite cool. So that is it for today. That literally is it for today. So I've gone through the kit. I'll try to remember to put all the bits and pieces that I've talked about. Tracy's videos, where I got the supplies. I'll go back through the video anyway and just make sure that I make a note of anything that I haven't already. But that is the cover, or the main part of the cover done. We'll do the inside of the cover at a later video. So the next step for us will probably be the signatures, putting those together. And as I said, once the lace is on there, I think that's going to look very cool. So I'm really happy with that. I did prefer to have this on the outside because it gives you that cleaner kind of fold there. Make sure that when you are putting your bone folder down here, you do it before the glue sets, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. But yeah, I do really like how that has turned out. And as I said, once I've got some lace on there, that will look pretty cool. So I'm going to let everything dry now, and I will be back with the next episode. As I said, that's likely to be the signatures on the inside cover. And we'll go from there. So yeah, I'm sorry I missed part of the recording. That was a schoolgirl error, but I hope you caught back up. Any questions, give me a shout in the comment section below. And yeah, all the details will be below as well. So I will leave it there. As always, stay safe and be well. I will catch you in the next video. Until then, bye for now.